Alright, this one's for the boys, so if you're not a boy, just keep scrolling. Today, I'm going to expose some of the most toxic things that some girls do. Number 1, it is a complete full possibility that a girl will lose feelings for you just because you got a haircut. Like, I know you think that sounds funny and like a joke, but to a girl, a haircut is no joke. Number 2, if you send us like a risky pic, like ab pics or something, we have our trap phones too. We will take a picture of the Snapchat on a different phone and then we will send it to us. Let's talk about fights. Even if you think you're fighting with one girl, you're really fighting with 10. Girls will send screenshots all the time of the things that you say and their friends will help them come up with a response. And if it's over Snapchat, since we obviously can't screenshot it, girls will hold down and copy and paste what you say and then send it to their friends so their friends can see the exact thing that you said. Okay, if you guys want a part 2, just drop a follow.
Welcome, my friends, to RP Experience. Welcome, my brothers and sisters. Peace and love. Before we begin, hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you know when I drop another video. And don't forget to hit the like button. Likes are free. Okay. Today's video is going to be about, well, actually, it's 2 stories I'm going to be talking about right here. And I'm going to try to make these as short as possible. The first one is how some women twist the story around. Actually, this is a red flag that as men, you should look for. Anytime you hear a woman telling a story, I'm going to let that play. My main story is going to be about a wife that's on her deathbed wants to sleep with her ex one last time. So she asks the husband's permission. Now, that's obvious red flag. But you already married to her, so you already screwed. And for her to make that request, obviously he let her get away with a ton of stuff or something. So let's get with the first video.
Does a woman's behavior play any role in how she's treated by men?
Depends. It's to an extreme, yes, but not in general, no.
So women aren't held accountable at all, or?
No, they're not.
I think they should be. I don't think they...
They should be!
Well, why are people so quick to blame the man when things go south in the relationship?
Just because women are a lot more emotional, so what they say to people and stuff is a lot.
And women twist the story.
It's a little
Facts,
dramatic.
bro. But that's why I'm mad about this shit. Look at them admitting it. Women twist the story. Women act on emotion. Yeah, actually, we don't take accountability, and we probably should.
If a woman is being more mean to a guy, that means that the man is probably gonna give more to her, sort of be a simp, as they call it.
Don't be a limp, chat. It does not work in the real world. This is some internet new stuff because they want your whole wallet. Don't do it.
So this is a tip to men. It's a small red flag, but it's a big red flag that even I have felt for in the past. When you are talking to a woman and she's telling you a story about her exes and stuff like that, because most of the time they will generally tell me this stuff, and when they tell you that those exes were so terrible and they was the innocent victim and they did nothing wrong, spider senses should be tingling, because she's leaving a part out. I'll use myself as an example. An ex could say that, hey, when I'm trying to talk to him, he just gets mad and he just leaves. And she would be right. I would just get mad and leave. The part that she's leaving out, though, is that she would start accusing me of stuff. She'd start raising her voice. She might even start swinging at me and stuff. It's getting real toxic and crazy in the situation. I have one or two things. Continue to engage with her and maybe lose control and knock her head off, or either storm out, slam the door, and walk away for a couple hours to give us time to cool off. She's leaving that part out of what she did. So that's a big thing. And I used to fall for this because I would always have females tell me sob stories about how terrible their ex was and how he was doing this and that. And I would suck it all up. And then I would start feeling more sorry, more connected with them, and be like, God, well, if he's treating you so bad, maybe you should be with me or something. Notifications again. Okay. So, now notification again. Stop it. I'm recording. And you just made me lose my train of thought. Anyway, and it doesn't have to be an ex. It could be the person that they are currently with, usually, and it could even be friends, you know. And guys do this too. You know, example is a guy could say like his girl's so terrible, either he got fired from his job or something like that, and then he could neglect to say that, oh, well, I was flirting with this girl and then she kind of just went off or something. She did overreact, but her reason for overreacting was because you was flirting with a girl. I mean, so, and the same thing with like the job thing is like, oh, well, they just fired me because the manager just don't like me. You neglected to say that you was late almost every day. You kind of got into an argument with that particular guy, and maybe he did have it in for you, but you gave him the ammunition to put it away. This is why when I'm talking about my relationship, even with my ex-wife or something, you know, I have to throw myself under the bus too, because once you've been together with somebody for a while, it's both of you. It's not just one. You know, both of you did things. Maybe one did a little bit more than the other, but a lot of times one is responding to another. Sometimes it's a miscommunication, sometimes it's a misunderstanding, but they're responding for a reason, you know. So for guys out there, and I'm sorry, a lot of women and females do this, you know. I'm not sure if ladies do this or not, because I never talked to one of them enough, because usually, you know, when they are in a relationship, talk about ladies here, they usually keep it brief. There's no flirting going on, and you don't get to know too much about their relationship. Females and women, you know, if you're a close male friend or something like that, you will be all in the Kool-Aid. But a lot of times they'll be leaving stuff out, unless if you happen to see both of them set it off, in so many words. So guys out there, once again, I have to make sure this sinks into your head. Watch out when women, females are telling you one-sided stories, because that other person has no way to defend themselves. And sometimes, depending on, like, if you see a person and they're like in a real bad situation, like they look beat up, or they are financially ruined or something like that, then obviously yes, you can take their total side. But when you don't have all of the information, and you know they look like an angel in it or something like that, you should be thinking that they did something that they're leaving out, but they just don't want to look bad in your eyes or for the people out there. Anyway, let's get on to the next story about a woman that wants to sleep with her ex.
Sorry, ladies, but we're the assholes now. We're seeing a lot of situations where the modern woman has a man that is providing for them and treating them like a goddess, yet she will still crush his soul and metaphorically spit in his face, while hypocritically telling the world that all you really want in life is a nice, emotionally intelligent guy who provides. The Grim Reaper on their doorstep isn't even enough to humble these women. Take a listen.
He explained how he was destroyed, that his wife of 10 years had a terminal disease and expected to live at least 9 months. I don't remember life without her, and I don't know what I'm going to do when she's gone. I have been doing my best to make the last days of her life good and grant whatever wish I can. The doctor said that she was likely to need a wheelchair in 4 or 5 months, and by month 8, she'll be bedridden for the last few weeks. That's if she doesn't decline faster. She sat me down and told me that one of the last things she wanted to do was have sex with a previous partner of hers. I, of course, was shocked. And when I asked why the F she wants that, her response was pretty brutal as she revealed. So basically, she thinks that her most physically compatible sexual lover was him. She gave him a whole monologue about how sex sometimes is just physical and how emotionally fulfilling sex is with me, but it was bullshit to get to the point. So now I'm left with, deny my dying wife a wish for my own ego, or let her go fuck another man that she feels was better. Honestly, I'm so pissed off and betrayed that she asked this of me. I feel like I'm put in a position where I have to say yes because she's dying. I don't know what to say, but I don't know if that's right. I'm so hurt by that sex with an ex was apparently so good that she needed to do it once before she dies. I hate everything about this. I'm not sure what to do.
As a wife whose husband of 10 years is caring for you in your sickness, how dare you even think of something like that? Seriously, how fucking dare you? I can immediately tell that this guy spoiled the crap out of her ungrateful behind because she thought that that was an appropriate request. She's always gotten her way and he's given her whatever she wants. And his feelings are rarely, if ever, taken into account. Unfortunately, that's the lie that's been sold to you fellas. Spoil us rotten without having earned it, no accountability whatsoever, and keep your mouth shut, no questions asked, just do what we say. You were promised that if you did those 3 things, a traditional wife would pop out and you would live happily ever after. What's even more sad is the guy is still being nice. He's anonymously reaching out on Reddit. That's to protect her, not him. He even suggests that it's his ego that would be denying her her dying wish. No, honey. What she's asking of you is wrong. Despite her condition, the position she is putting you in is 100% wrong. And I'm actually really upset that you don't see that. She's weaponizing her terminal illness in order for you to give her permission to walk all over you like a doormat. You are right to feel betrayed, and you do not have to say yes. She may go and do it anyway, but respect yourself enough not to give her your blessings for this nonsense, and definitely don't facilitate it. Her impending dirt nap doesn't change the vows that you guys took. Is this how far women have fallen? I mean, if you really think about it, this lady's dying wish was essentially to be a cum dumpster. Sorry, ladies, but we're the assholes now.
Wow. Is this story real? I really don't know. But the thing is, when I see how a lot of females and women operate in relationships, a lot of you be getting away with highway robbery. And meanwhile, you be all up on the guy where, who his friends is, who he's talking to, if he's watching Prom Hub, that kind of stuff. But meanwhile, a girl can go to a club and dance real close, grinding up to like a guy, and it's like, oh no, don't be insecure, don't be like, he's just a friend, blah blah blah. It's like, I mean, a lot of you be pushing the goalposts. Once again, this is gonna get to like my marriage thing again and stuff like that. I mean, some of you, like, the positive women and females, y'all will respect the boundary. But then I have to blame this on men too, because we let a lot go. Sometimes by being blinded by the booty. And then also is the thing, like I say again, like in a way, as men, we are handcuffed. Because if we say something, then we're insecure. or something like that. Unless if you're like the alpha, I really don't give a fuck type of controlling male that can black out all of that white noise and just be like you're going to be. But to the outside world, though, you look like, you have a toxic masculinity. So once again, it's a no-win type of thing. Getting back to, and I had to say that first part first. Getting back to this story here, before I paint him as a total victim, because this woman, for her to ask this, to have the gall to ask this particular thing, she's been getting away with a lot with the guy. And this is why you can't be too nice, as a dude. I used to have that problem. And it wasn't a thing of because she's attractive or something. It's kind of like, well, kind of how I was raised with my mom, seeing her struggle and stuff, is like I wanted to make my woman's life as easy as possible. And even though, it hurts to admit it, I was kind of living that life as like happy wife or happy girlfriend, happy life type of thing. So in a way, you are enabling her with this behavior to keep going up further and further. And this is why I believe that, especially with men dating women or being in relationships with women, you have to really, you can treat them nice, but when they start acting out of pocket or something like that, you have to check them, or you have to walk away or something like that. Because the one thing I definitely do know is with almost anybody, whereas men or women, like friends, family and stuff like that, if you allow them to keep testing you how far they can go with you, a lot of them will take it all the way to the limit, as far as they can go. And they won't care about your feelings or anything. And then they'll throw it on you saying like, well, I didn't ask you and all that other stuff. And this is another thing, what comes back to, dating a single mom or dating women that's been with a lot of men and stuff like that. This is one thing that a lot of people don't see. Is kind of like, because you couldn't be with the man you really want to be with, you're going to choose this other guy that you're going to run all over and use and abuse, sometimes for years. I had a female associate of mine that, she's of the LGBT community, and she had met this woman that was married, and they was dating for like a while or something, and that woman told her that she never loved her husband. She just married him. Now, I'm not sure if she was just always into girls and she just married him, but I mean, that's a scary thing with what females and women on the negative side may do, is they may marry a guy that that's safe, that's good, but they don't really love them because they really want to be with this guy or this girl, and they couldn't be with them, so they just settled with somebody to take advantage of. And then you're going to turn around and spit in that person's face later. Now, I'm going to say real quick how he was responsible for this as well, because he enabled that behavior. He enabled her to cut up in the relationship. And as I say, men are encouraged to bend over backwards for their women, especially in relationships. And women are encouraged to leave a relationship when they're not happy. It's all about their happiness. Fuck the guy. It's all about you. And you have to hear sometimes women talk amongst themselves. You hear some of the most foulest things and stuff like that. But, I'll just sit there and listen. Do all of them do this? No. But a lot of them do it. And then some of them just go along with it, and it's like really sickening. So I don't have too much more to add with this. Oh, except for I'll say example with myself, with like my ex-wife. One of her bad things was she was bad with money. Like money would run through her hands like water. And in a way that affected me because that made my money go down as well. But I was all about trying to make her happy and keep the relationship going. Now the thing is though, I don't think some of what I did was good, what was bad because of the fact we had like a lot of happy times together and stuff like that. And I did make time for her to spend and do and to see stuff. But I enabled her bad spending behavior. Meaning like I would say something once in a while, but I never put my foot totally down. And in a way, it affected me. And then when everything blew up later in the end, what did I get? I didn't ask you to do all that. So, even though she has bad memory too, so she will deny that she said that today, but I remember what she heard. So I remember what I heard, not what she heard. Anyway, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope this video is not too long because I start rambling on at the end. But hit the like button going out, and thanks for your support, everyone. And let's just keep it going strong into 2023. Peace.
Say hi, Daddy. Say hi, Daddy.
Hi, Daddy.
Whose goddamn white baby is that? This is your baby, okay? He's just light-skinned.
That one might be mine. That one right there. I'm not totally sure. Just because you name him Darren don't mean he belonged to Darren. But I don't care what this baby's name is. This baby is rice-skinned, but not light-skinned. That is a white child. That is Caucasian from the mountains of Caucasus. That is a Slavic baby, a Viking from Iceland. That baby got 730 as a credit rating right now as an infant.
You the only one I've been with, Darren.
Bitch, let me explain to you the math. I've been in here 16 consecutive years. You know how long consecutive is, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean one right after the motherfucking other. Cause I ain't never missed a day. So clearly you've been having some conjugal visits with some other motherfuckers other than me. That's not my baby. That's almost a grown white man you brought in here. His glasses are certainly grown. I've never seen a baby with that type of prescription. And why does that baby look like Officer Joshua? Bitch, you been fucking the guard?
Nuh-uh.
Hey, Darren, I talk to my mom like that, man. Be respectful.
You're absolutely right. I apologize for that. Just this bitch.
Hey, there you go again.
Your mother was misbehaving. Sorry, I should have set a better example in front of the nice white gentleman and your mother. All right, so could I please speak to my black son privately, please, if that be okay with you too? I mean no disrespect, sir. Hope to work for you one day when I get out.
I still wanna run to you. Am I breaking through? Do you feel me too?
Pindo made it.